is everybody tonight? Although nobody's here watching yet, so I'm asking how everybody is to nobody. How are you, nobody?
Well, I'm just fine. Yeah.
Oh, okay. People are going to think I'm crazy. Okay, I am, but that's beside the point. So, let's see. Guess time to share this out. We need to tweet. Tweet, tweet, twiddle, twiddle. There's only one candy with a hole in the middle. Lifesavers. For those wondering where Metal is, he's over on Matthew Rice's show on it at the moment. No, that's not a thing to go over there and do whatever. Or, you're going to go over there, at least watch both of us and be utterly confused by all the talking from both streams. Not that I necessarily talk a lot, so you might be able to go over there and listen and sort of watch me. Listen to me, watch me, and listen to them. Take your pick. Did you say Matthew Rice's show? No, Rice's. Arise. RHYS. Reese, I guess it's Reese. Matthew Reese. You're making me doubt my pronunciation, Timothy. We might have to take you out for that. Okay. Are we going crazy now? Hey, Lorenzo. Anybody want a link? Since I lost Metal to Matthew. Yes, he is. Matthew Reese is a good guy. Where is that human? There he is. Paste. Apparently he's racist. Yeah, he's good. I've been on his show. I promoted my comic there. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so now we need a picture of what we're using. You can flip this. Rotate. Rotate. No. Rotate and rotate. He's always been nice to me. Maybe I should go on this show. Yep. Maybe get in touch with him. The thing is just, you look it up on YouTube. Matthew Reese. Yeah, talking about politics on social media is a joke from Barfred. Rick, I learned that the hard way. What? Talking about politics on social media? Or just coming on my show? About preparing for a show? About knowing a little bit about your comic? You don't remember the chat and the arguing thing? Oh, yeah. I remember now. Not sure where I want to remember now, but yeah, yeah. Yeah, it happens every so often. You got to do that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Is it 10? 9 or 10? Something like that. And then I'm probably going to be having one soon too, a small one. Cross Comics. I'm lurking in the chat until this is over. I'll hop back in there. So yeah, no problem. I told them you were all over there on Matthew Reese's channel. I told them that you abandoned the metal. Oh no, I didn't say abandoned. So drawing boobs again. I see her. Yeah. Got a problem with Jessica? I really gotta take this. I need to. Yes, he is a Welsh supremacist. Every Welshman I know is named Reese. Okay, so let's take this and flip horizontally. Okay, so there we go. A Welsh supremacist. Hey, Crossed Comics. So actually, Timothy, next week we should actually be hopefully having Matthew on. He's got his own little comic kingdom called Ideal Comics. He doesn't really have one particular comic coming out that he's crowdfunding. Hey, Elric. But we'll have Matthew on next week promoting his, website. He's selling stuff digitally. So we'll have him on next week promoting that. So you get to meet him. I think I've known that he's had a website before, but I forgot. And he happened to bring it up while I was in his chat before starting here. So I invited him on for next week. Oh yeah, there's something I never did too, did I? I said I was going to do it in a couple of days. Well, I think hashtag applesauce. Okay, does Eagle doesn't have his wrench, but then again he's abused it the last couple times. So I gave it back to him. So I don't think he's getting it back. And I know he hasn't abused it, but I did say I was going to take it back in a couple days, so. I don't want to be mortal again. No. No. Timothy, I am mortal again. A true betrayer. What is this? Unless Timothy has misused it in my absence. No, he hasn't. But he was told right from the beginning he was only going to get it for a couple days, and he got it for a little bit more longer than that. Oh, it'll still show up for while you had the wrench for all those times, Timothy. It doesn't automatically take away when you had it. It's just everything after that. It won't show it. Yeah, well, see, there's the thing. There's only one or two people that actually do something with their wrench. Like, put in links. Yeah, if somebody needs to time out, you do it, Elric, but, how often does that happen? 2 weeks. I never said abused it. Timothy. My point was, and I don't mean your link, I mean my links. Or, links for my guests. You The Rick giveth and the Rick taketh away. Oh no, Timothy, that wrench didn't make you even close to God. Because if it made you even close to God, you shouldn't have been so easy for me to take the wrench away. You did not say The God isn't a God. We did capitalize God. Usually when you're talking about gods that aren't the God, the one, the only God, you don't capitalize. There is a 27% chance that I will have been Zeus one day. I think I need to get some more leads. Better, yeah. But even still, even with the small G, yeah, I've got plans too, Timothy. If you don't do what I say, my chocobo eats your rat. Oh, you know my rat. That I have to say is true, unfortunately. Metal. The GM, the game master in any tabletop is good. I prefer to call him call Metal the narrator and director. Well, what do you think God is? The narrator and director of life. He is the author and finisher of our faith. But he's only as strong as long as the players like how he runs the game. Yeah, we can rebel, right, and leave the game. But then we're not playing, so. Good point. Rick, the taker of wrenches. Rick, not the getter of wrenches. Isn't that the giver? I'm going to give her the Freemason refer to God as the great architect of the universe. Well, that would be a correct assumption or analogy. Reread it, Rick. Okay. Rick, the getter of wrenches. Rick, not a getter of wrenches. Rick says, I have seen it. I have seen games where people just make hilarious choices that nearly get their team wiped out, but it makes it. Oh, you mean like Dillard in the one that was on his channel? This team's already talking about being out to get each other. Dillard's, going to be out to get me, my character, he's already said, because he thinks he's so sanctimonious. Oh, Metal, I know you're out there in the chat. I'm not sure how much you can respond with being on Reese's channel. I can't kill them, but could we consider, like, when if I get them down to 0 points, they're not killed, they're just knocked out? Or is 0 hit points automatically a knockout? Or automatically a kill and not knocked out? Light Warriors with evil plans. What is this? 8-bit theater? Cross. Here's the thing. When playing tabletop RPGs, when you have a chance to take on the enemy instead of trying to attack, it's more fun that way. Yeah, well, no, Elric, see, my character, I can't kill. My character is, I can't kill. And also, I cannot attack an unaware enemy of an enemy that's unaware of my presence. I can't attack them. So I can't go out and grind by myself. Oh, well, there's the thing too, Metal, if you're listening. I have a poison axe, and you said if the poison kills them, I can. That's alright. So if I jumped up, Rick can't kill people, or more specifically, he can't reduce anyone below 1 HP. If I jump up and I'm using my axe to attack, do they get poisoned if I do my jump attack? Or if I hit them afterwards, do we're not doing D&D, Elric. We're doing Final Fantasy, and it's the stuff I chose for my character. See, because of yeah, but the fun part, Elric, is the fact that I can't necessarily take them out myself. I have to have somebody there with me to take them out, to kill them. I can't just go grind by myself unless, you know. Like I said, I was looking for those answers. I'll ask Metal more when he gets back on. It's okay, Timothy can join me in reading Pulps. Here, no, I'm a elf warrior. Actually, that reminds me, I did this earlier today in trying to figure out what my character was going to look like and all that. And let's see if I can find the other drawings. Through one of my advantages, I have my own riding mount. As soon as we start out, a black chocobo that allows me to fly, that can fly. And I have an ally that I can call, that I'm calling Messenger. And Esper. And I started designing him today. Almost done. American Chocobo. And I started redesigning my character a little bit for the armor and all that. I realized I hadn't put the helmet on him, so the black ones have flight, Elric, according to Metal. Now what I was going to get before. And see. You're an elf, yeah. Yeah. Let's see if I can get this up. Camera. Oh, let's see. Browsers. There we go. So here's the stats on my character. I'm an elf, male, dragoon, about 26, level 1, height 8 foot, That reminds me too, something else. 600 pounds, 500 experience for level up, 500 for the first level up. Brick wall, black, brown. Okay. This is my starting stuff. Timmy's manly cougar. Because you're a dragoon, does that mean you hoard gold? No. No, not dragon cross. Elric. Dragoon. Add an extra O in there. But I have a poison axe, fire armor, so I'm resistant to fire. Soldier's helmet, I'm not sure how that helps. It gives me 10 accuracy. And I have a heirloom called Angel's Wing, so that allows me flight or auto float. So I naturally float 5 feet above the ground. No, it's based on the Canadian Shield. So useful. I have the advantages of ambidextrous, animal companion, which is a mount and flying. Combat reflexes, heirloom, signature weapon, which I guess is going to be my axe. Disadvantages, I get 25% less gold. I have Code of Mercy and Code of Honor and Fury. This, Fury, if I'm below 25%, I just go to Berserker mode. Okay. Here's all my different skills: awareness, language, axes, acrobatics, animal training, tracking, riding, stealth, swords, knives, pole arms. This is traits. Oh, that's. I got social traits: higher calling, ally, heightened senses. And I made up my background today. So my character's, I think, going to be fairly decent. That's the name of his flagship character. He won't see no reason. He won't see reason no matter how much I scream at him. Hey, it's a way to promote my character too. Buck Urban. No, I think he meant what's your character's name in the Final Fantasy game. Not as bad as Rick's character name is. Still, Yeah, because you guys can't think of an animal, a real animal, when you hear that word. What it really is, a cougar. You guys are as bad as that woman who couldn't realize what a coyote was for the way Trump was referring to it, the term that it meant. That congresswoman who, oh, how can a coyote carry a person across a kid across the thing? We know what a cougar is. We just choose to ignore the connection to the real animal. Oh, okay. That's all. Oh, and there's his name, Booty or whatever, in the game. Bhuti. Actually, Elric, if you're choosing to ignore it, that means you're being dumb on purpose. So maybe it's worse. No, I'll just end up calling him the buck. I just end up saying the buckler in the game. Just like everybody will probably end up calling you Grim. Either that or we'll give you the nickname Smiley. We can say, why so grim, Smiley? We just, yeah, See, there, I know that is true, Elric. I know you guys like messing with me. And I can mess back just as easy. Hello, Arlene. How are you? Good luck doing that. My chocobo is only friendly to me because I've raised it since it was a hatchling. And you should know your stats because my chocobo is going to be very beefy, as I think Metals said. Well, you're going to need to kill it like in round like one, because I think Metal says its points, its hit points go up very fast. It'll quickly be have more hit points than anybody in the team. Like by I think round 3 or 4 or level 3 or 4, it'll have more hit points than anybody on the team. Oh, if it's provoked, I'm sure it will attack. I did make it friendly, but I didn't make it hostile either, so I guess you're lucky that way. I made it neutral, I think. Don't even know whether I have that still up or not. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's normal, neutral, notorious, intelligence, primitive, but it can't speak. It's half decently intelligent. Now, where does it see hit points here? It's 36 to start with, but its hit points are double the hit points, or hit base 2 times vitality times level, and then all that is times 2. I can't remember. So that's its hit points. Basically, right now vitality's at 9. So I think it went. Yeah, so yeah, something 2 times 9. Yeah, so the hit base is 2. So times vitality, which is 9 at the moment. So that equals 18 times level, which is 1. So that kept it at 18 times 2 is 36. But here's the thing. 18 once I'm to level 2, so it's times 36, or times 18, so then it goes up to 36, then it's times 2 again, so it's 72. Just going up 1 level, it will double in hit points. Cross, there's a blatant imposter of you in the chat. No, you can don't take out Cross comics. Yes, the choke can be affected by poison in the Chocobo Mystery Dungeon. And as my vitality goes up too, its vitality goes up, so does its I don't think it has any special resistance. Here we have Metal to answer all our lovely questions.
How you doing?
Good.
I'll have you know, I was pulling an Evan, and since I was on another stream, I was only typing in chat, but I could not hear a word you were saying.
Well, I did ask one question. More about my grinding because of my poison axe. You say if the poison kills them from the axe, that's not me killing them.
The way poison works mechanically in Final Fantasy, it does percentage health damage, and no one can ever die from poison. It can only bring you down to 1 HP. Yeah.
Crap.
Yeah, it's percentage of your current health rounded down. So if your current health is 1, any percentage of 1 rounded down is going to be less than 1.
Yeah. We tried. We tried to figure out a way around this.
I'm not going to tell Timothy, and you shouldn't either, what your Chocobo is resistant or weak against. fact, I would say it's smart not to continue to show people your character sheet.
Well, I don't think I'm showing it at the moment.
No, you're not at the moment, but I saw you showing it before.
Yeah, I just showing it quick.
Yeah. Because the only people who are privy to your character sheet are me and you.
Oh, well, it's... Although, normally, if we didn't have this band of misfits...
Oh, no. Even in a normal game, unless somebody's specifically asking for help, I usually still tell them, you should not be sharing your sheet.
Yeah, but no, what I was going to say, normally if you did, it's not with this band of misfits that we have that it's all out for one another. Sometimes it's good to know, the weaknesses and strength of your quote-unquote allies.
Maybe you can take their word on it, if you trust them.
Yeah.
Your character sheet's a personal thing. It's kind of like how you should never let people know how much you make.
Yeah. What?
Anytime somebody's like, "Oh, how much gold you got?" Enough. Only time somebody can truly keep track of your gold is if you're short on something and it lends you a little bit. Then they know it's like, well, he just spent everything. But then, how can they know that you didn't lie that you were short and you just wanted 20 gold from them?
True.
Unless they're sitting there actually keeping notes, like tabs on everybody's. Well, I know what your starting gold was.
Yeah.
Can you have a car in the game? Possibly. Definitely not at the start.
Yeah, well, there are vehicles.
They have cars in... Yeah. There was a hover car in Final Fantasy IV, Final Fantasy 15. They had, like, actual modern-day cars. I could allow it, but we'd have to go through some process in the game of getting you one. It would probably take many sessions.
Yeah. Well, there's also something that says he's got to learn vehicle, I would think.
Yeah, there's a skill for that, right? Yeah.
So, and then there's the question of, can he learn it?
I think that's either a general or intuitive skill, so I'm pretty sure he can. Let me double check that. Skills list.
Oh, I know the other thing
it's a technical skill. Okay. So technically, yes, he could be taught it, or he could research it. He can't. I don't think he can start with it unless he's in a class with engineering.
I know
what is vehicle to? Is that necessary to drive, or is that just for repairing vehicles?
I was going to ask.
It does say helming a vehicle, so he needs it for driving.
I was gonna. The other thing I was asking too was, okay, is there any way to, how do I put it, have my character knock the character out and not kill them instead of, when they're down to one?
You could incapacitate a character several ways if you learn, like you have an item for it, but the problem is knocking a character out doesn't give you experience. You got to kill him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You pretty much set up your character in a way that you are dependent on other people to actually kill.
Yeah.
And it's because you wanted all of this cool stuff.
Yeah.
You got a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah. I'm just... I'm trying to figure out the mechanics, see what there's a workaround.
How much damage will it cause if you hit a Chocobo with a car? I don't know. I'd have to probably do some calculations on that. But by the time you get the car, the Chocobo is probably going to be tanky enough to not, die immediately from getting hit by a car.
Yeah, might take several hits.
There's also going to have to be like a chance of hit roll against its evasion, and the Chocobo actually has some pretty good evasion.
Yeah, by the time he gets a car, Chocobo's gonna be like probably in the thousands or tens of thousands at points.
I don't know about that. I don't know how high its health is going to go, but
Well, it's dependent a lot on vitality, right? And my level, like, so if I'm like level 50, right? You know,
yeah.
I know I probably shouldn't, like you said, be saying much, but
Can
even
he
as
steal from? You
you
can
can
try.
try.
Same thing I told for Timothy, which he'll have a slightly better chance because thievery is a skill for him. But at the same time, he's trying. You're trying to steal from people. Both you and Dillard have like heightened senses and combat reflexes,
Yeah,
so it's you can't really sneak up on you guys.
and I think I have awareness too, heightened senses and awareness.
Well, everybody has awareness as a skill, but I think you
Okay.
increased yours. Awareness is a default skill that everybody has at 30 because that's your perception check.
Oh, okay. But yeah, say vitality 2 to 18, 18 times 50, 180, 180 times 5, 320, 320 and 320, 648 something.
Yeah, you raised your awareness by 10 points.
Yeah.
So your perception checks are going to be slightly better.
8. No, is this it? The 320 and 320 is 640. 640. 820, and then 820 times 2. 1600 and change. 1600 and change.
Sure.
And that's just if I didn't change my vitality.
Yeah. No, I wasn't complaining about the 1,000 part. I don't know if your Chocobo will ever have like 10,000 or anything like that. When you were getting to that point.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know if any of the HP is good for characters are going to get into the 5 digits.
Yeah. Well, I'm just thinking because like if I put my vitality for it is at like 20 times 2, right? Is 40, and then 40 times 50, and then you double that again.
Okay, one, there are no cliffs in the first session. You're not going to get close to a cliff until like the end of this chapter. But you're going to push a flying mount off a cliff. I want you to think through that, progression of logic there. A flying bird off a cliff.
Yeah, forget the mount part. Just, like...
Yeah, specifically one that, if you played Final Fantasy IV, these things can take off vertically.
Timothy's about something.
It's like, I don't even have... I'm sad that I have to burst your bubble here, but this like line of thought should have bursted itself before you got here.
Alric says, so just tape its wings to its side. Yeah, I don't think you're getting close enough to do that. The only way you could get close enough to this bird is if I let you.
And so far of your team, unless because Eagle hasn't really actually made his character yet, so far the only one that I see having any chance of killing your bird in session 1 is probably Marsupial.
Oh, okay.
Just because his spell does more damage than your bird's life, plus its magic armor together. That's without the roll, so it's just like He's the only person that actually has a chance of, well, even then it's knocking out because you guys only get knocked out. It's story reasons if your people get killed, which may happen. I'm not going to make any promises. If something's convincing or not, I can decide that a character died. You might have to roll a new one in. It just depends on the. I'll be fair. It's going to be depends on the events that occur.
Timothy says, "I cannot steal from Del or Rick." Well, you probably could, but it's just going to be very, very difficult.
Rick is going to make his Choco carry all his stuff. No, because you didn't get the carry bonus, but you don't have to. We're playing traditional Final Fantasy rules. So there's certain items that have hard limits, but pretty much the hard limit for any item is that you can have 99 of each unique item in your person.
And let's see, Elric says, so all somebody has to do is tie Cross up and put a cover over its head and then smash it with the hair. Well, you'd have to gag me, too. And then, well, they have a good sense of smell, don't they?
I don't want to reveal this.
Okay. But then again...
You're revealing your information because it's a monster creature, which is why its stats are so different.
Yeah.
It has senses, right? Which I put in there, but I don't want to reveal what the senses are.
Yeah, okay. Then again, you got to get close enough to it to put a bag on its head. And I think tying me up might make it even harder to put a bag over its head. It's 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Timothy. Timothy was wondering what time it was, 2 p.m. or 3 p.m.
Well, I told him 2 because I'm pretty sure he's the same time zone as me.
Yeah, because he's in Texas.
Yeah. Unless, he's in some weird time dilation, but I'm assuming he's not. We call that place El Paso.
Elric says, but why destroy the team when causing mayhem is more for the team? More fun for the team. Not really. Eagle says, so I have to pay off Marsupial to kill Rick Bird. Yes, but remember, Eagle, that's only on the first. That would only be
the problem, right? So he can't get any rule that's true about Rick's character is true about the bird. So the bird can't kill people either, but it also can't be surprised. So he can't get a preemptive strike on the bird. So, and the bird goes on Rick's turn. So if Rick gets the higher roll, period, he and the bird can both just attack Marsupial. I don't think your rat has pack rats, so your rat doesn't carry anything. Not like it needs to. Again, your pockets are naturally deep with the rule set we're using for carrying. But I'm assuming if you're trying to transport something with your rat, it can hold 2 items. It's a rat.
And is that the same thing to 2 items to infinite 99 or the 99?
No. It's 2 items, period, because it's a rat. What if he's trying to transport something to a teammate on the other side of the field? What's a rat going to carry?
Please laugh out loud. Good point. Hey,
your chocobo is big enough; you could throw a whole backpack on its back. But this is also if you're trying to be friendly and help people out. Which is usually what party members do.
Yeah. Well, that was sort of my point earlier. Everybody seems to be already starting out on the thing of not trying to...
I'll laugh if you guys kill it. I'm just being real. Also, Eagle, which Final Fantasy did you play that you thought was awful? If I were to take a guess saying any Final Fantasy is awful, it was probably 13. Because that game is genuinely awful. It's like a blight on the history of the franchise. Well, here the thing is, technically, Marsupial couldn't lose that fight, though, right? Because your Chocobo can't kill him.
Yeah.
Neither can you. This sounds like actually a really bad idea for you.
But then again, I could get him down to 1, and when he's down to 1, that weakens his attacks, right?
No, your attacks are not varied based off of your condition.
Okay.
You're gonna have to invest into something that stuns opponents or does something to where they can't attack. Or if you guys pick a fight in the middle of town, which I really hope you guys do, because that's going to make me laugh. After a single move, you're probably going to anger the town guard.
Yeah. Well.
No matter who goes first.
Anybody want to anger the town guards? I'm hopping on my Chocobo and getting out of there. I don't know these fools. See ya.
Elric says he would pick a fight in the town. If you guys want to learn that the hard way, sure.
Who says?
I'm trying to give you sound advice.
Who says? Oh, Elric said that.
Yeah, technically, Elric, this is the caveat. Like I said, it's going to be hard to kill him, but anybody else could, knock him out. Here's the problem. It's Final Fantasy rules. The only time outside of story, unless you all die together, which I have checkpoints for, it's any time you change to a new room, like an autosave feature, nobody actually dies. You all just get knocked out. Obviously, if everybody's knocked out and nobody can defend each other's body, then monsters are just going to eat you. So then you're dead, but yeah. Rick can't knock any of you guys out unless he finds some way of stunning you. He can't reduce your HP to 0.
I know what I gotta get.
You gotta find some way to incapacitate your teammates. And
Sleep.
It's really sad when you think about that, right?
Yeah. Sleep potions. There's such a thing, right? Or something like that.
I can't tell you.
You can't tell me.
Always check the equipment section to see if that's something naturally in the game, but I can't tell you if I added anything like that or not.
Oh, okay.
You're going to have to find that out yourself.
I just thought something like that might be at the store. You could tell me something that was at the store.
I can't tell you what's at the store till you go to the store.
Eagle's like, wait, everyone else can kill Rick, but he can't kill us?
Yeah, I just answered that.
Yeah, I know.
You know.
But I can run from a battle, right?
Oh, yeah. What's this we, Elric?
So, I could knock them down to 1 hit point and then get out of there.
Well, again, the Chocobo is Rick's familiar, so... and the same thing applies for Timothy's rat. outside of a narrative causing them to die, all you can do is knock them out when you reduce their hit points to 0.
And I guess he has to revive his rat with some spell or something like that?
Or you can take him to an inn, or tents don't revive KO, but like cottages do, if you buy a cottage instead.
No, you can't, Eagle.
So basically crosses the Yamcha of the group. I don't know what you're going with that, but I guess.
Did you name your game character? Me? Did I name my game character? Everybody's named
I'm assuming you already went over this because of what I saw in the chat earlier. People were talking about Manly Corner.
Yeah. This is Sunset. Crossed Comics.
Yeah, this is not his game character. His game character's a dude. Well, I guess she's a dude too. We're all dudes. But specifically, his game character's a guy. I mean, technically, you could still use a knocked out Chocobo as bait. It's just, the things that you're using it for bait for can't kill it. I mean, that actually necessarily wouldn't be such a bad plan to ever use something as bait. I can't see a situation in which that would be helpful, but if it was, that would be the plan to go. Well, you can't feed his Chocobo to a rat. What? How's a rat going to eat a Chocobo anyway? You know how big these things are? I'm gonna have to show them. Give me a second, Rick.
Show them. I did. Well, I did do my. I'm not sure whether you've seen.
I saw the image. I couldn't hear, but when I could look at the screen, I saw things.
Yeah, that's the Chocobo.
Let me pull up a picture. Well, yeah, but I need to show it to scale to people.
Yeah. So, and there's my Esper messenger.
I have a picture on my computer somewhere from Final Fantasy III opening where it actually shows people riding Chocobo to like realistic scale.
Ulrich saying, do you get on Hangouts to do this, or you download something to play the game? We're going to be using something called Roll20, and then we're just going to be on Meet like this and doing stuff, and I'll just show the Roll20 screen to everybody in the audience. Eagle says, I believe in the rat.
Well, you're a rat fan, yeah!
There we go. There's an image right there. I put on my screen to show if you want. This shows the normal-sized human characters from Final Fantasy III riding Chocobo, so you can see how big these things are and why it makes sense that as a character, his Chocobo is a tank. These things are like bigger than Gallimimuses.
No, it's just a site. You just go to it, Elric. You don't download it, right? Roll20?
Yeah, it's all in browser.
Why do you want
on your phone, or he has a tablet, right? He can use it on that too.
Yeah.
The app was discontinued, but it works in browser on tablets and phones.
So, did you want to play Elric?
Well, here's the caveat.
Or are we Is it too late for him to join in this campaign?
No, it's not that it's too late. He has to be on call. We can't have two people who are just texting in chat.
Yeah.
He doesn't mind coming and call, he can play, but Eagle taking up that slot kind of like ruined it for anybody else who wants to do that, because we can't have more than one.
Yeah.
And he came in first.
He's seriously thinking of it. Well, if you're going to... well, Elric, if you're going to do it, you need to get in touch with Metal in the next couple days so he can help you create your character. Because I'd say you'd want to do it by Friday. Because we're doing Saturday at noon your time. Elric says, I will think about it and I'll let Metal know on Thursday if I'm going to play.
Chocobos.
Why did you choke Bo? What'd he do? Why is it one of my comments has a wrench?
Wait, I don't see one. Maybe there's just a glitch on his end.
Yeah, I don't see any comments with that. Old ones do, like before I took away the wrench again.
Yeah, they keep the historical timeline of that.
I used to, Eric says he used to play tabletop games when he was young. He'd like to play again.
Now, narratively, familiars can't die. I mean, there was a ninja assassin in Final Fantasy VI who had a dog. Assassin's name was Shadow. And that dog was killed in the story. It's funny, he joins your team when you give him enough money to pay for his dog's food. But then he leaves later. It's like, well, you got your money's worth. And then he joins permanently after his dog gets killed. Because he has a bone to pick with the Kefka after that. And the whole Empire.
Yeah, Elric says... Not Elric, sorry. Eagle says, we need a swarm of rats to attack Chocobo. And then says, Final Fantasy Dark. Timothy says, don't worry, Eagle, I have plans.
If you guys start a cult of a rat, you guys are going to have a very odd time in a part of the game coming up later.
All I know is...
All I know is he used to make me pizza, and now he don't.
if we all die, my Chocobo will outlive us all probably by the time we start getting up there in ranks.
No. Well, if you all die, your Chocobo dies with you.
Yeah, but I just mean like it'll still be, kicking, and it'll have to keep getting knocked down the points because, like you said, it just stands there and does nothing if I'm knocked out. But
but it can't attack back. So
yeah.
And if you're the last one on the team to get knocked out, I mean, it's effectively knocked out too.
Yeah, but technically it could stay there, just keep getting it and it.
Is there a class like a fighter mage? You could be a red mage. Red mage uses like normal weaponry. It learns a little bit of black magic, a little bit of white magic.
He should be able to open it. Maybe you should send him.
I should send him the actual link to everything. Go find Elric.
So Elric, on your DMs on Twitter, he's going to send you a web page for all the information on class races and jobs, as they're called.
Yeah, the Red Mage was kind of the jack of all trades, because you have to think the original Final Fantasy was kind of just D&D. In a sense, like it had original aspects to it, but it was basically that Crew's D&D campaign, where you had 4 light warriors going to face off against the forces of chaos. And it kind of set the precedent for every game afterwards. And instead of the bard, because I guess mechanically it was difficult to figure out a way to make the bard the way it was, they just made a red mage, which was like magically halfway between the black mage and the white mage, and could use some of the heavier weapons and some of the armor, but not all of it. Jack of all trades, master of none, but better master of one.
Timothy says, the cult of the rat begins. Our motto is, yeet, yeet! Timothy, are you an elf?
He is under no obligation to tell you what race he is. You'll know immediately when your character sees him that description will be made available to you, but he doesn't have to tell you.
No, I'm Hume. Interesting, says Elric, about probably the red mage stuff.
Diller says, "Hey everyone, welcome to Technically, starring Rick and Metal." Well, being technically correct is the best kind of correct.
I love that shit. One day we'll all learn to have conversations like adults. This is, John. Why would we want to do that? Where's the fun in that? And this isn't a conversation like an adult? Just because we're talking nerd?
We're discussing. I was gonna say we're discussing tabletop games. I don't think there's any room for adulthood in here.
Just because we're talking nerd doesn't mean it's not adult. It's not adult content, but doesn't mean it's not an adult conversation. He just read this comment wrong. Yeah. Sunset. Is what the...
No, I get what he's saying, though. That SS does kind of look kind of Nazi.
Yeah. Well, she's a bad guy, so...
Oh, okay.
She goes around killing drug dealers.
Was that really all that bad?
Well, sure.
Well, if he makes it a character arc, then it becomes narrative. I don't know. We'd have to see where that goes. A narrative challenge between two different character arcs. You have to see which one prevails in the end. I know Dillard's character arc is like just foiling Rick's plans at all costs.
Yeah, I don't know why he wants to foil my plans at all costs. Doesn't that mean he's foiling his own plans? Because my plans are to win the game, and isn't his plans to win the game?
Oh, yeah, those aren't your only plans.
Well,
he's aware that you have certain plans of tracking down certain armor and stuff in the game.
Well, I say that now. Go on that, you know. And that's just so we can beat stuff, too, you know. I want to... make my character the best it can be. Yeah, I think I probably did make her a bit too muscular. I don't know.
It's not a specific Final Fantasy, Elric. Though it probably would have been easier if I just ran you guys through a specific Final Fantasy that I knew all the events from memory, because then I could have just copied and pasted the maps directly from the game.
Dylan says the official slogan of the Buckler campaign is "The Buckler better than the Shield." But yeah, I haven't done it, but I could easily give her some of those Antifa or whatever traits in her. This character.
So, like, all you're going to do is dye her hair blue?
Well, she's blonde, so I guess.
There's the blue streaks through it.
I think at one time, might be confusing it with a different character. I think I tried to make her hair multi-color, like fire type color or heat colors. So oranges and reds and yellows. But it might be confusing her from her character Ultraviolet.
Does Ultraviolet also have a Nazi symbol on her chest?
No.
I don't think anybody's going to confuse them.
Well, nobody's going to confuse them in the thing, but I'm just saying I might be confusing their ideologies, or no, their hair color. Or which one has which. Or Timothy says Melvin is better than Buckler.
I mean, keep that talk up, and Dillard might change his plans to just, foiling Timothy's plans at all costs.
Dillard says, well, it's basically the buckler's better than blank, fill in the blank.
Melvin better than a swirly. Yeah, probably. Probably rather have like a wedgie than a swirly.
And no, she's not supposed to be 60 years old. I know her face is more oldish, not as young as I would like to make it.
I mean, depending on how big the toilet is, a swirly can be like borderline waterboarding.
That's funny. 60, no kids.
12 cats. That was 60 cats, one for each year for life. Hates life, but loves Life magazine.
Eagle says, Dillard, I will assist you in defeating Manly Cougar. I think it's becoming everybody's goal, it seems, to kill my character.
I mean, right now, that might change the second they get in a game. For all you know, their goal might be to assassinate the king by the time we get in game.
The thing isn't to advance the game in any way, shape, or form, or become better characters, make their characters better, and able to fight better. No, just, spoil Rick's character any way that they can. Death to the Chocobo and dwarf supremacy. You want death to dwarf supremacy? Well, my character's not a dwarf.
If anything, your character's a giant.
Yeah. Oh, actually, that reminds me something I think I might have finally figured out the person that I thought I found quite a few years ago that I thought would be good to play the Shield. Now, he might be a bit old now. But his name, he's been in a few movies. The movie that I think I saw him in was Jet Li's Fearless.
Dillard says the goal isn't to defeat manly-faced cougar mob. It's to turn the audience against her.
And the actor's name is Nathan Jones. He's like 6'11". He was in the WWE for a while. He's actually from Australia. Maybe I should. I'm not sure 100% whether it's the right guy, but or whether that was the right movie, but I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah. 6'11" sounds like a lot. Well, the Canadian Shield is almost. And he's been in several movies. There's oh, oh, the Buckler was homeless too till he came back, to Edmonton, right? Or Winnipeg, wherever he's in. Hey, Finian. He plays the mountain in.
Was he the one that replaced Halfthorpe? Because there's like 3 different mountains.
I don't think he did. Well, it doesn't say his. I don't think you need TV here, but he played in Police Story 4, First Strike, Doom Runners, Troy, Tom Young-gun, The Fearless, The Condemned, Sometime, Asterisk, The Olympic Games, Conan the Barbarian, Charlie's Farm, Mad Max Fury Road, Bullham, Never Back Down, No Surrender, A Flying Jet, Boar in Like Flint, Scorpion King, Book of Souls, and then he's going to be in the Mortal Kombat coming out in 2021. So when he's searching for the totem, he has a home. But technically, the cougar had a home back,
Well, when he's searching for the totem is after he returned anyway. So,
well,
he technically always had a home. He just wasn't at it.
Well, because he left at the end of the thing. The Ash Kid.
Well, just because you leave doesn't mean you don't have a home.
I guess technically true. There could be no money. Somebody have no money. That's a good reason to be homeless. No money.
The Shield, on the other hand, his home exists, hundreds of years in the past?
Yeah.
So it technically doesn't exist anymore?
Well, technically, it was Hamilton area, so, the area exists, yeah.
His home is gone. It's dead to history.
Yeah. But he's going to, have a home when he gets back there. He's going to develop a home or whatever.
Get a new house, Lamo. Some of the coolest people don't have homes in fiction, like Ryu from Street Fighter. He's a hobo, walking barefoot across the world.
So, technically, by the time he'd be ripping off the Buckler's cape, he would not be homeless. The Shield.
How do you know? It's a different version of the shield.
Well, if it goes by, the basics of mine.
I don't know. It's not canon.
True, it's not canon. He could change it.
This shield could always be homeless.
Yeah, he could change it for that in his comic. Yeah, the Bucklers fan fiction that's taken on a thing of its own, a life of its own. Hey, Twix, long time no see. How are you doing?
Dillard says Rick is technically wrong. The worst kind of wrong.
How am I technically wrong? And what am I technically wrong about? Yeah, lots happened. Twix, I actually got my own. I got my own comic printed. The Canadian Shield's actually been printed. I've mainly been posting your stuff on Instagram. Cool. Twix does stuff. My YouTube chat is kind of dead by this point. Oh, that's sorry to hear that. Well, he probably knows what a toilet is, Ulrich. He's probably seen several outhouses. Would he have seen a water closet, I think, as they probably would have called it back in his day? No. No. Well, I don't think there even would have been a water closet at that point. That didn't come around to the early or late 1800s, early 1900s. It's also why he has pink eye. Who has pink eye?
Apparently, the Shield has pink eye because he's always sleeping in the area where Buckler's customers pee in the alley. This is what I'm piecing together from Dillard's comments. No, water closet. I don't know. Did people in Canada used to use that? I know even here in the States, it wasn't ever really commonly used.
Okay, I'm not sure. I was
in Europe, it was very commonly used. They still call it water closet in many places there.
I'm trying to think back to Little House on the Prairie, so yeah. That's where I think they said water closet in that, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's not called that today. I'm talking over 100 years ago,
Well, some countries in Europe still use it for some reason.
Yeah.
It's a dumb for it. If somebody were to tell me the water closet and I didn't know any better, I would think, you mean the closet where your water heater is?
No, Timothy, that wasn't the name of the outhouse. That was the name for when they first got indoor plumbing for the bathroom. That's what a bathroom was called by some people. Well, as Metal said, some people still today. And by people, I think, first when it came here to Canada and the States. I could be wrong,
Well, it was made here in the States. When it was first made, I'm sure some people did, but it was never commonly used.
Yeah. Like I said, I think I'm going off of what I think I remember from, Little House. And
those weird Europeans still use that word. I don't know why. That's actually it's funny because the WordCamp people use the WC, but the WC sign is actually for water closet, as many Europeans promptly noted. That's why it's an emoji in the first place.
Oh, that's epic. Yeah. Oh. The loud show old people watch. It's not a loud show. I wouldn't call Little House on the Prairie loud.
That opening music is, it's like you're watching a commercial and you expect the commercials to be loud. They like crank it up compared to the show to catch your attention. And then all of a sudden you just hear that the opening music to Little House on the Prairie. It's like, man, I'm glad people don't wear headphones while watching TV.
Gillett says,
shoot your ears out.
Yeah, Gillett says, when I was a janitor at the hospital, the water closet was the room where there was a faucet and I filled up my bucket. Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's probably something I'd expect. Either that or where your water heater is, one of those two things.
Yeah, same here. Like I said, I'm going by what I think I remember off the show.
Maybe a boiler room might be a water closet too. But most boilers are in the basement, so I don't think anybody would ever call it that. It would just be like, I'm going down to the cellar. Oh, see, Elric knows what I'm talking about. The theme of the song is loud as heck.
So, yeah. And like I said, I admit I could be wrong about, that's what they called it way back when. Like 100 years ago when it was first coming out, here in the States or Canada or whatever. I just know I heard it somewhere. So, and I forget where. For sure.
Diller says that's where he kept the extra cleaning supplies that he ordered and he's going to steal and take home with him.
Fenier's asking Elric how the second season of My Hero Academia is? They're on like the 5th season. Well, they haven't started it yet, but they finished the 4th. Yeah, I gotta start reading that, and I gotta read that other one, the 8-bit thing that you gave me.
No, 8-bit theater?
Yeah.
That's a fun story.
Yeah. Listen to Weebrick correcting people about anime. Elric says, it's all good. Can't wait to see how they animate the 5th season, yeah. My mom, she might have looked it up on things, says the water closet was named the name of an indoor bathroom when first invented.
It was first invented. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I said that already.
Yeah. It's either that or my mom is really behind because we both said that, I think.
Yeah.
Timothy's Weebo, a disgusting Weebo, a filthy Weebo. We both good, eh? Rick says this is the occupational hazard of becoming an anime fan. Well, I'm not sure whether I consider myself an anime fan. I'm just for sure a My Hero Academia fan.
And I for sure am not. Yeah. I was laughing at that pretty hard too. A weeb that can't even say weeaboo correctly. People correcting you in the chat here.
Hero says, Metal, please correct Grass's pronunciation. Pronunciation of weeaboo. Weeaboot something? What a weeaboot?
That's okay in Japan. They've got people who are obsessed with American culture, and they call them Westaboos. But I mean, can you blame them? America's pretty great.
Yeah. But Canada's better. Well, maybe not right now with Justin Trudeau. Justin Budo. He should get booed.
I'm going to try not to acknowledge those.
My bad puns, you mean?
Yeah.
Could say, what's the Canadian version of a reboot? Reboot! A little bit.
Dealer wants to know, yeah, have you perfected it?
Not sure. Now it's circle. Mask. So, I'm not sure whether I perfected it or not. I'll let you be the judge. Not that he... Well, I guess you might be able to see that.
He says, nope, keep working. That's why you have to just make them all black. So then you can use heavy inks to mask your inadequacy.
Timothy gave me an F for my grade. You want to do your thing? Which ain't a chicken wing?
I'm just tell people to show up here at I guess 3 Eastern on Saturday to check out this game we're gonna play.
Yeah.
Apparently, I've already started drafting audience members from outside of your normal audience, so people to show up or at least watching the replays.
Yeah, well, that's what I did. I'd say, John, approximately half the bottom half of the circle. Unless you actually measure it, take out a ruler and measure it. So, thank Metal for coming on. And thank everybody out there in the audience for stopping by as I drew my character Sunset. And tomorrow night I will be coloring it. Tomorrow morning I will be back here doing something. Or tomorrow afternoon. Dylan says no, not approximately, exactly. Well, you can't get exact unless, like I said, you take a ruler and measure it and draw, measure both sides and all that. It'd just be impossible to get it precisely, exactly. So, later all, have a great day. God bless.